Whenever you got in the 50s, you would wear hoop skirts. And at some point they had hoops underneath the skirts, but you would wear the Merry Widow because it cinched in your waist. It was very popular. I think at one time, a couple times, I think I wore it even under a bathing suit.
We formally met at the beach. It was, it's called State Beach, but at that time it was called Agony Hollow.
And I used to go to Santa Monica on the beach. There was a particular beach that a lot of the college kids went to.
The guys would play a lot of volleyball, and the girls were, they didn't play volleyball, they sat around, played their banjo, ukulele, and sunning themselves and looking pretty.
I used to go there with my friends, and I bring my dog, and I had a ukulele, and I used to sit on the beach, and my dog used to go to different places, and that's how I met a lot of guys, because the dog would go around there.
And I remember meeting her there. That's where we met, at the beach. And I remember calling her for our first date.
And when he called me and he said, Ralph told me to call, and this is Mort Kirshner. And I said, who are, you know, I didn't know who he was.
And I said, it's Mutty Kirshner, you know, something like that. So, oh, that's different.
It's because I only knew him as Mutt or Mutty. And then he says, it's Mutty Kirshner. And then we started dating.
So we had a conversation, one or two conversations, and I remember asking her out.
We went in Santa Monica. He took me to the Golden Bull in Santa Monica.
And our very first date, I took her to a restaurant called it's right here, the Golden Bull. The Golden Bull in Santa Monica on Channel Road. It's still there after 65 years, believe it or not. That restaurant is still there.
We sat down, I started to choke, and I excused myself. I was embarrassed, and I went into the bathroom, and I was there a long time because I was dying. And finally, he sent the waitress in, and she was there with me, and then we came back out, and that was kind of embarrassing.
She being the baby of 6, so when I was courting her, her siblings were out of the nest. They weren't around. So I came there, and she was living there in this big house, and her parents were happy to see me, thinking that we'll get rid of the last one.
They loved him. They were very happy, very anxious for me to get married, and they loved Mort when they met him.
Obviously, we fell in love, and I told my parents what I was going to do, and they knew her, of course. She was over the house, and she met my folks, and met my brothers.
He didn't really propose, from what I remember.
She and I were going to go out. We were going to go somewhere to spend the day. I remember we were going to go to the beach somewhere, but maybe not a close beach, maybe go to Lagoon or something, I forget.
We were going on a trip, and I think he talked to my parents first. and told him that he was going to propose.
And I remember coming to her house, and she was getting ready. To this day, I'm still waiting for her to get ready. After 51 years. Should have known that at the time. But I took her folks aside, and I told her folks that I was going to ask her to marry me.
And then when we got in the car, he put the ring in my tennis shoe.
And I mentioned something that I had something in my shoe back there. And I said, would you mind getting that? And she reached for my shoe and she got the obvious box where rings are contained. And she flipped out and, oh my God.
And I love the ring, it was beautiful.
It was a very sweet, very romantic, and I got big, big hugs and kisses. We had a big, big wedding. She has a very large family, and many, many cousins, and nieces, and nephews.
It was over 400 people, and we had all my nieces. There was about 12 of them that were junior bridesmaids.
I remember speaking to my father before our wedding and talking to him about, he asked me, where am I going to go on my honeymoon, the wedding night? And I wasn't certain, and he says, you got to go someplace very nice. We're together and we enjoy it, and that's most important, being together, enjoying things that you do together. I think I'm more romantic. I give more hugs and kisses. That makes me more qualified for being romantic.
Maybe so, maybe so. I give him a lot of hugs and kisses, so.